Pastor Terry asked me to fill in for him, and when I'm thinking about this, and I'm going, yeah, it's okay. It's summer. No one ever comes to church in summer. A few of you decided to come to church today. It's a little bit more crowded than I was anticipating back a couple months ago when I volunteered to do this, so bear with me. Today's lesson is about love. It's all about love. And this may be the most important lesson that you'll ever hear in church. Now, before you run out and call Pastor Terry and say you're not going to believe what he was just saying, that Darrell is saying his lessons are so much more important than yours, that will offend him. Don't do that. And that's not what I mean at all. It's what is spoken in Romans, that the lesson of God's love is probably the most important thing you'll ever hear in church. It's God's unconditional, undying, unending love for us. And that's what today's lesson is about. And there probably is not a more important lesson that you'll ever hear in church than about God's love. But first, let's just talk about love itself. One definition I read is a deep and tender feeling and a devotion. I liked that it had a devotion in there. Love is described in so many different ways. It's in every song, it's in every poem, it's in every book that we read. Words like love is blue, love is blind, love is a many splendored thing. The Beatles wrote a song called, one of my favorites, Love is All You Need. There's love sick, there's love birds, there's falling in and out of love. And now, some of you are as old as I am. You'll remember the great movie called Love Story with Ryan O'Neal and what's-her-face. Do you remember what love was in that? Love is never having to say you're sorry. Thank you. There is some, and Susan says that's nonsense. But 40 years ago, that was what it was. I think, there's so many ways to describe love and so many things that we talk about love. The thing that comes to my mind right away when we talk about love is family. And I think most of us love our family, or at least parts of our family. I personally love my wife, Terry, and my son, Patrick. Now they're here today, so that, by saying that publicly, I might be able to go golfing this afternoon instead of doing it. So if you can mention that to Terry on your way out, I'd appreciate that. But families, yeah, they're lumpy and they're bumpy and they've got warts all over them. But for some reason, we love them, no matter what they do. I affectionately call my side of the family the Gill Billies. Because when they come up to visit, it's like a whole bunch of hillbillies with the last name of Gill invading us. But you know what? I got a weird brother, and I've got a sister-in-law that talks too much, and I've got this and I got that. But you know what? I don't want you to say that because they're my family. Yeah, I say that to my family, but they're the most important thing. And because of all that, I look past all of that, and I love them. And I think that's probably what you folks do, especially with family. Since we're telling things I love my dogs. I get 2 dogs and absolutely love them. I love the Cincinnati Reds. And believe me, this year, that's not an easy thing to say. They don't love me back because they're not winning enough games, but I love them. Love is this thing that when you first fall in love, it's a weird thing because your stomach churns and you feel weird all the time because you're falling in love and it's new and fresh, and then you mature in your love and you've been married for a while, you've been in a family for a while, and the love grows into, I don't want to be apart from that person. I want to be with them as much as possible. I want to please them in everything I do. So that to me is some of the things I see is love. Now, there's also like. There's this term called like out there, which I also looked up that definition, and it's fond or pleased with someone or something. And since I'm bearing my soul up here, I'll come right out and tell you, I like broccoli. We had a president that couldn't stand broccoli. I like broccoli. I don't love it. I love chocolate, but I like broccoli. I can take it or leave it. If it's on my plate, I'll eat it. If it's not on my plate, I don't care. Like is one of those things that, I can take it or leave it. It's okay. I'm not going to bed tonight and staying awake because I didn't have my broccoli. It's one of those things is, I like it. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Some people like animals. Some people, Pastor Terry does it. Some people like to read. Some people like summer evenings. Some people like to golf. Some people like to do a lot of things. I probably should have started the earlier part is I like the Cincinnati Reds instead of saying I love them, because I'm really not sure. But it's one of those take it or leave it things. It's one of those things that, I don't dislike it, but it's there. Love, though, is a commitment. It's unending promises. It goes beyond that. Maybe it goes to yes. I think that most of our lives we strive for it. Ever since we were little babies, we were trying to get the love of our parents. We're always looking to be appreciated and the approval of others. Always looking for love. And the funny part is that what Rob read today in Romans is talking about God's love. It's already there for us. Here we are out searching for love in every direction. And Romans is telling us it's there for us. God's love, unending, undying, no questions asked. It's already there for us.